Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Captain Zeus and back with another movie review. This was going to be over Snake Eyes. Now, I've already seen this movie a while ago, like on the day it came out. Just some stuff's going on, so I'm just now posting this video. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and dive right into this. The pros that I found about this movie would be like the action scenes for one. Greatly choreographed. It was absolutely amazing. I loved everything about it. The guys that did this worked hard on the action, and that's honestly one of the big things I was looking forward to in this movie. So I was glad that the action was not a letdown. The second thing is going to be Storm Shadow. That guy, the actor that played him, great actor, by the way. If you haven't seen him in anything, go check out Warrior, a great series that he's in. He's also in American Gods, but he's a great actor. I loved everything about his character. I like how he portrayed him. Every aspect of it, the storyline they did it with him was great. It's beautiful. Storm Shadow was an amazing character, and the ending for this movie was freaking great. I loved Storm Shadow once again, just proving that he was a great character, great actor that portrayed him. Really went over the top on it. I like felt the emotions at the end. It was really, really good. I enjoyed it very much, and I thought that was a great way to end it. Some things that I found like okay, like they were like meh. G.I. Joe and Cobra, they honestly could not have been in the movie the whole time, and I would have been okay, and the movie would have been fine. Like you could have had them at the end recruiting them, you know. But they kind of implemented them in really early on and had like a somewhat relevant role. Wasn't needed at all. Honestly, this movie probably shouldn't have been about them in the first place. Like I said, they could have been at the end, be like, hey, we're here to recruit you for Cobra, recruit you for G.I. Joe, you know, whatever. But yeah, it was just kind of weird. I mean, it was all right. It wasn't bad, but it was all right. The one thing that kind of threw me off was random black guy in the movie. Like, I get this clan accepts outsiders. That's totally fine. I just didn't know Japan had like dark black people living there that they just accept in the clan. Like it just threw me off. Nothing wrong with him being black. Nothing wrong with him. It just threw me off. I'm just like, all right, Japan, you know, we got a whole bunch of Asians, and then you just see dark chocolate over there just staring at you, just like, I'm gonna show you the way to the queen. Just really threw me off. And then another thing that I just found that just threw me off was the mystical elements. G.I. Joe's kind of like it's a militaristic series. It's more realistic. That, I mean, it's war, it's advanced tech and all that stuff. But it was just weird when they threw in the large anacondas that, you know, sense whether you're pure of heart or not, and they'll eat you if you're not. And then the freaking the solar flare inside of the crystal ball. It wasn't a ball, but you know what I mean. Like that was also weird, and that gave powers. Like that could have been done a lot better. It probably shouldn't have been in either of those things probably shouldn't have been in the movie in the first place. Like with the anaconda thing, what they could have did was like, you took some kind of drugs and you just like hallucinate these anacondas, you know what I'm saying? And it's like down this path that you have to go on or whatever. Because I mean, I'm pretty sure he took some drugs when he was with the black guy, and he was having him like relive his past. Pretty sure he inhaled something that he shouldn't have. But it was just weird. It was really weird. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, it's not a bad thing. It just kind of threw me off. I was just like, okay, G.I. Joes, you know, a lot of fight scenes, and all of a sudden just anacondas. Yeah. And then finally, here's some cons that I found about the movie. The revenge story. It has been overplayed and is so cliche that it's at this point it's lazy writing. Like they gave Snake Eyes a revenge story to get revenge on his dad. No, they shouldn't have did that whatsoever. In my opinion, they shouldn't have done that. What they should have done, or probably could have done, is stuck with like the G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra origin, where he and Storm Shadow grew up together. you could have done where it's like Snake Eyes was better at a lot of things that Storm Shadow wasn't, and he was becoming more and more like the clan favorite. Jealousy has grown. Yes, that's also cliche, but I feel like that would have been way better than just the whole revenge story, because it doesn't really build much animosity between the two. I mean, yeah, he betrays them, but that's also it. I'll get into that part later, but it was just, they shouldn't have did it. Revenge stories are so played out like that. Like, my dad died when I was a kid, I could have saved him. No, everyone knows you were a child and you would not have been able to save him. You would have died. Shut up. Gosh, I hate when they do that all the time. It just irks me. The oath of silence for Snake Eyes didn't happen. He can talk, which I'm pretty sure he could talk originally, but he just eventually just doesn't. Whether, I mean, I don't know much about G.I. Joe. I'm not a huge G.I. Joe lore guy. I might have to be, honestly. It's a really good story, but like whether it's like they cut his tongue or he just chooses not to talk, he doesn't talk. At the end of the movie, he is still talking. What probably should have happened was, in order to be accepted back into the clan, since he was technically pure of heart because of the anacondas, he should have taken the oath of silence so he doesn't talk, and that's also when he gets his suit. And then that's how like the origin of Snake Eyes just happens. And then like later on, it would have been like when he meets with Storm Shadow, it's like, oh, you took the oath of silence to get back into the clan, I get it, yada yada yada. Also, another thing, they built this movie up to have a sequel. I could be wrong, but origin stories aren't supposed to be like a multiple series thing for one character. It's more of like origin for you, boom, collective. Unless they're trying to go MCU route, which totally fine, they totally can. But I mean, with the way this movie went, they probably shouldn't have. I mean, it's not a bad movie. Anyways, and then another thing that I just didn't like, there were scenes from the trailers that they cut from the theatrical release that would have made this movie better and probably more comical. And that upsets me. That upsets me very much. Don't know why they did that. Made the movie less interesting than I thought. But yeah, I mean, overall, I'm gonna give this movie like a 7.5. I'd watch it again, just not in theaters, only because like I said, the revenge story just really just. There was times when I was watching this movie that I was looking at my phone. I never look at my phone. I was looking at my phone to see what time it was, because this movie seemed so just dragged out. They dragged the revenge story so long, like so much. Like, it was just ridiculous. Like, this movie could have been so much better. Oh, another thing that threw me off. Sorry about that, the snap. When they dropped down to Japan, there was like, for 5 seconds, an instance of like, Japanese people dancing and like playing music, and then boom, that was it. Just cuts right back to the freaking plane. You never see anything to relate to that whatsoever. Like, they don't go clubbing and you see those same scenes or anything. No, it was just in there for no reason. And then you see it at the end for the credits, but that was also weird because it didn't have any connection to anything in the movie except for that beginning scene. Like, I feel like they had that in the movie to justify them having it as the end credit scene. It was, I don't get it. I don't get why people do lazy writing. It doesn't make sense. Like, you have the potential to make a great movie and you just choose not to, and it really bothers me. Really bothers me. But yeah, that's kind of the gist of, that's my movie review. I try not to go too much into spoiling, so that way I don't go too much into, you know what I'm saying? But I do appreciate everybody for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you want to see more movie reviews, I got a bunch from Mortal Kombat, Without Remorse, MODOK, Black Widow. Go check those out. Link's probably somewhere on the screen or down below. Also check out my nerdy channel, The Block Party, where I post podcasts, there's trailers, and then eventually we're gonna have some more content coming out on that too. And then if you aren't, follow me on Twitch. I stream almost every day on there, so if you want to see funny gameplay, go ahead and check that out. Once again, appreciate all of you guys for watching, stopping by, and supporting me in this channel and watching this video. Hope you guys all have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.